When I was 14, I planned my wedding.
This one's wife. Christmas at the Sussexes. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Well, Christmas is just around the corner. I expect many of you will have already erected your trees, that you will have decked the halls, that you will have put a garland up, that the baubles will be dangling from your tree. The various effects will have been placed around to make it all very seasonal and festive. You probably have already in place your plans. Will you be hosting family? Will you be going to see family? Perhaps you'll be spending it with friends. Maybe you're going to be the Grinch and decide that you're not interested in Christmas. There are many people who are not for a variety of reasons. Will you be issuing a bar humbug, or will you be saying, "O come all ye faithful"? Lots of different ways and to celebrate Christmas. There are those that don't, and there are different ways all around the globe. Most countries, save a number in Africa and the Middle East, celebrate Christmas in some shape or form, some on differing dates, and with a variety of different traditions, all very interesting. But what about Christmas in Monty Shit Show? Well, it's North America that, generally speaking, believes in Santa Claus and that Christmas is celebrated on December the 25th. But what would Christmas look like in the Monty Shit Show household? Bearing in mind that there's a mid-range narcissist, her intimate partner primary source victim, and apparently 2 children also. How will Christmas pan out there? Well, as I've made it abundantly clear in many other videos, Christmas is a playground for the narcissist. It is an opportunity for the narcissist to draw fuel from a variety of sources for the purposes of tormenting people, spoiling Christmas, but also, where people are in the golden period, giving them a real Christmas to remember. Being excessively romantic, ensuring that everything goes well, that those are chestnuts roasting on an open fire, that the snow has fallen all around, the carols are played, the gifts are selected, thoughtful gifts that are provided. Christmas is a festival and an opportunity for the narcissist to either go all out to impress an individual, be it through the golden period at the beginning of a relationship, or in a respite period, or as part of the management of the facade towards family and friends. In other instances, it becomes an opportunity for the narcissist to create merry hell, getting drunk and pissing on the fire, throwing the Christmas pudding through a window, provoking arguments, purchasing shitty gifts. Watch my videos about the narcissist and gift purchasing to understand more about that. But how would it pan out in Monty Shit Show? Well, one of the most notable factors, of course, is that the gruesome twosome are going to be rather short on guests. There isn't going to be any of the Windsors flying in. They've suitably ostracised King Charles and Camilla, Prince William and Princess Kate, that Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Loose Cannon Louis aren't going to be in attendance. Uncles and aunts, cousins, none of them are going to be there. Of course, as we know, the Sussexes had made it known that were to be invited to Sandringham, they would accept. But there was no response, and no invitation issued, as rather sensibly it was deemed inappropriate for them to come and cause trouble, as indeed would be the case. Thus, nobody from the United Kingdom will be flying into LAX to go and spend time in Monty Shit Show. Similarly, there's a dearth of opportunities on her side. Having disengaged from her father and her half-siblings, there's nobody going to be attending there. She doesn't really bother with the Raglan family other than her mother, and thus, when it's meant to be the spirit of goodwill to everybody and for it to be a family occasion, the Sussexes are going to be sorely lacking in that regard. Doria Ragland is likely to be invited, as she remains the loyal lieutenant of this one's wife. What about friends? Other opportunities there? Well, the A-listers have stayed away from them, and what this one's wife would prefer as a narcissist would be to utilise the occasion of Christmas to make herself look good by having some heavyweight A-listers attend. The likelihood, though, of that happening is pretty remote. The likes of Ellen DeGeneres is a possibility, but it's doubtful that she would bother. She'll have her own things to attend to. Oprah is keeping her distance. Then what about more minor celebrities that are known about? Marcus Anderson, for example. Well, he's good for certain things, but one doubts that he's going to be interested in hanging out at the house when it's meant to be playing with the children and their gifts, etc. And therefore it seems to me that the likely outcome is for Christmas at the Sussexes for it to be a small family affair. The Prince of Pink Pancakes, his handler, the two children to the extent that you accept they exist, and maybe some staff still around to ensure that they take the strain with regard to the cooking, etc., and Doria too. I doubt that there will be many friends calling round because they don't have any. Family, of course, completely ostracised, and therefore none to be seen there. This means that the opportunities for this one's wife to throw open the doors of the Monty Shit Show mansion to so many of her family and friends and hold a big party which could perhaps be reported on is not going to be allowed, is not going to be something that can be facilitated, and thus denies her an excellent opportunity to control the masses through publication of that and to maintain her facade of, look at me, the hostess with the mostess, having all of these people around for a jolly old Christmas. Instead, I will imagine that it'll be a simple instance of her sitting around, tucking into some bottles of wine and throwing jabs at Harry. He might have a respite period so that the day goes smoothly for him, but I suspect that as a consequence of the fact that there's no family there, which is by her doing, and to an extent his, and the absence of friends, she will turn and round on him. She will, as is usually her way, look on social media to see what other people are doing, and with the fact that there will be a reportage of what is going on at Sandringham, that will wound her, with the consequence that on Christmas Day, rather than getting on and enjoying the people that are around her, albeit few in number, she'll be casting an eye across the ocean to see what's going on in Sandringham. She'll learn that all of the family that are gathered there and will wound her. And of course, she will then have to react to that threat to control by blaming Harry, suggesting that if it weren't for him and his nonsensical ramblings in spare, they would have been invited. Once again, she will not accept that she played any part in their exclusion. But it's simply going to be a rather dull Christmas in Monty Shit Show, with Harry on the receiving end of more devaluing behaviour because she cannot help but see that it's all going on in Sandringham, and they're not there. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.